Hurricanes neighbors, get ready for the first time to the shores of the Federation. William McDowell is coming.
Come on, let's sing it together.
Friday, November 17th, flow crowds come alive for the Next Generation United Elevation Festival 2017. Featuring Teresa Morton, Samuel Menace, Sharon Nurse, Fine Wonders Band, and Next Generation United. Children under 12 pay $10 at the gate and adults $40. Get your tickets right now. Elevation Festival 2017.
Using the per capita income measurement of a country is not a fair assessment of its economic progress, says Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antoine. The governor, while addressing attendees at the recent launch of the Eccb strategic plan, said this is hindering countries like those in the Eastern Caribbean to get well-needed assistance in the wake of natural disasters.
We must confront the analytical absurdity and callous classification which puts our poor, vulnerable, small countries in a category described as rich, such that we cannot access concessional financing and grants for reconstruction. That's an absurdity. And if we didn't know it before, after Hurricanes Irma and Maria, we ought to know that now. So that next week and the week after, those of us who are in Washington will be making this point just as it was made in the United Nations at the General Assembly a week and a half ago. But we have to make this point going forward because it is very important for our reconstruction effort.
The central bank governor made it clear that in light of the two recent hurricanes that ravaged islands across the Caribbean, it's time for Caribbean countries to be cognizant of the effects of climate change. The Eccb, he said, will be taking the lead in this regard.
I truly believe if we're going to transform this currency union, this regional economy, our individual economies, we have to leverage green energy and we have to leverage technology. Those are game changers, and those are going to be extremely important for the transformation of these economies. Of course, I recognize that there are other strategic and structural reforms that need to be pursued, but I highlight these two for the moment.
Meanwhile, Governor Antoine was bullish on the education system of Caribbean territories. He believes the education system needs to be revamped to meet the demands of the 21st century.
So for example, we really need to think about, is our curriculum offering of international standard? And don't get me wrong, we have great teachers, starting with my own mom who's a master teacher, so I have great respect for teachers. But are we at international standard? And I would say we may need to operate and basically adopt an international curriculum with, of course, history, geography, culture, and spirituality to make sure we know who we are in the region. But I really feel now anybody who's coming out of our system has to be able to operate anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And I'm not suggesting that for brain drain reasons. It's just the mobility of the labor market. You have to go where the jobs are.
The Eccb's strategic plan comes at a time when the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union is confronting many challenges, including low growth, high unemployment, and increased severity and frequency of natural disasters. Mr. Antoine added that the plan reflects the bank's recognition of the rapidly changing economic and financial landscape and the necessity for agility in the delivery of its financial stability and economic development mandates. Hanika Watkins Porto for SKN Newsline.